Okay, people. So, a film that I was trying to see for the longest while, um, yeah, finally dropped on Now TV. So I was like, all right, perfect. I'll give this a go. I'm talking about The Northman, right? The latest entry from Robert Eggers. He co-wrote the film with Sjón. Um, the film is produced by Lifir B. Dagfinson, uh, Eggers, Mark Hoffman, Lars Kunderson, Amon Mikken, Yariv Mik, no, Yariv executive producers actually, and Alexander Skarsgård. As said, Aram Mikum, sorry, Yaviv Mikum, executive producers, along with Michael Schaffer, Sam Hansen, Thomas Bensky, with Garrett Bird, associate producing, and Francesca Chingolani co-producing. Robin Carolon and Sebastian Gansborough handle the music. Jaran Blashik, cinematography. It's edited by Louise Ford. Kamal Cochran handled the casting. Craig Lathrop, production design. Art direction was Robert Coper, Paul Giardini, Christine McDonnell, John Merry, and Hawke Richer. Set decoration is Pancho Chamorro and Niam Coulter. Costume design, Linda Muir. Okay, and our cast. Well, Alexander Skarsgård is Amleth. His dad, King Aurvandill War-Raven, is played by Ethan Hawke. His mother, Queen Gudrun, is played by Nicole Kidman. His father's brother, Fjornir the Brotherless, is played by Claes Bang. There's For the Proud, played by Gustav Lymph, and Gunnar, played by Elliot Rose. Olga of the Birch Forest is Anya Taylor-Joy. Hymir the Fool is William Dafoe. Halgrim Half-Troll is Phil Martin. Finnear the Nose Stub is Eldaskar. Ashhilda Hufgafrifif is Alwyn Fure. A younger version of Amleth is played by Oscar Novak. Yeah, I mean, there's a load of people, right? Because there's villagers and warriors and the like, but I think that's the majority, right? That's all you need to know. Now, the gist is this: the Viking Age, with a mind aflame with hate and revenge, Prince Amleth, the wronged son of King Aurvandill War-Raven, heads to cold, windswept Iceland to retrieve what was stolen from him: a father, a mother, and a kingdom. And like a war dog picking up the enemy's scent, brutal Amleth embarks on a murderous quest to find the hateful adversary, whose life is forever woven together with his by the threads of fate. Now, in the name of Valhalla, No one can stop the Northmen, not even God. I mean, it wouldn't be God, it would be Odin, right? Yeah, God, no, it's not God, it's Odin or one of the other gods. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Ah, dear, oh dear. This man, Vikings is awesome. You know what I mean? And I, I really enjoyed Bernard Cornwell's The Lost Kingdom books. I need to check out the Netflix series of that again, because when I watched I think I watched season one, and it didn't follow the book in a lot of places, and it irritated me. But I heard it got better, so I should give that another look. But anyway, Norse mythology has always been something I have thoroughly enjoyed. So the thought of this and the pedigree of Eggers as a director, it was just like, oh, I need to watch it. Need to watch it, people. Now, it's it's got a interesting feel to it. Like, look wise, it does kind of, it looks very nice. Looks very nice. Now, apart from some small things like everyone's got good teeth, you know what I mean? Perfect skin. It's got that feel to it. It's not as gritty a feel as Vikings, but it's probably more akin to the Lost Kingdom, because I don't think that went as hard as Vikings, right? But now the difference from well, I mean, there's a lot of differences, but we get kind of mythology. We get kind of that interwoven with this. So, I mean, Vikings, we have them praying to the gods, and there's some fever dreams and stuff, but this really goes in different places, like Valkyries coming down and flying someone off, and stuff like that, which it's, I think, for me, right, I think that was probably where this film misstepped, because I kind of think, right, go hard one way, right? So either you're going mad historical, like accurate, or you want to make it, this mythology just drenched, great epic, with the Norse gods in it and Valhalla and you know all of that stuff, Hela, and just, yeah. I think you do go one way, like one of those ways, and do it really well. But trying to intersperse the two of them, it got a little bit messy. Just because it didn't do a lot of the like, it was there, but it wasn't like all the way through. So when it happened, it was a little jarring in places. Now, the acting was good. It had some good acting. It did feel at times, though, that this was more a theatre production, that people were kind of narrating, right? That they're doing their monologues rather than it being this immersive film. So there is that. Now, there's some weird choices, you know what I mean? Like, which don't always make sense when you're like, oh yeah, this story. There's some things that happen. You'd be like, wait, why would someone do that? Like, in this weird kind of rescue, you know, which didn't really need to be there because they could have escaped together, right? And the rationale for not made no sense. Made no sense because everyone had seen them together. So it was just like, that's dumb. So then, yeah, it just created these scenarios that just you were like, I don't see the dude doing that stuff, you know. And when someone's hell bent on this whole thing, right? You'd be like, wait, why would they do that? Like that's just a weird situation, right? So the story was a little bit odd, you know, especially there's a point when they're so far out and you're thinking, I'm thinking he was going to swim that far, especially with a sword strapped. And those swords weren't light. They weren't light. So you're like, I don't think someone can swim back all that way. That's insane. And just the mission in itself from the beginning, because it was just like, I feel there was better ways of infiltration. Right? I don't know if you had to go that crazy with it. Like that seemed like a insane thing to do, you know, when there's other things you could have done. So there is all of that. We get that whole jump in time because at the beginning, you know, Amleth is a boy, and we get his father's murder and just all of that stuff. And then it's just like years later, and it's just like, I mean, you could give us a time frame because you didn't really do anything to try and age Nicole Kidman. So it doesn't matter, right? Whether you say 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, it doesn't, because you did nothing to Kidman. She looks exactly the same. Now, I will say that it did seem that oh fuck, what's homie's name? Claes, yes, that's it. Oh, my mind went big, bang. Right, it seemed that his character got a little older, Fjornir, but I don't know because I didn't really get a great look of him at the beginning. Now, the film does utilize, which is interesting, it utilizes um Old Norse and Old East Slavic languages. But that does then mean we have subtitles in places, and the subtitles are fucking tiny. Tiny. So yeah, there's a lot of shit I did not get. But I kind of feel, I don't know, you know how much it added or didn't. But yeah, it's an interesting film. It does feel long, and it felt like it dragged in places. It's not the Norse story I was hoping for, which is a shame. It is a shame. But yeah, I would probably say if you're a fan of The Lost Kingdom, then this might work for you. This might work for you. But yeah, it's not what I was hoping for, unfortunately. But that's just me. Maybe it works for you people.